Hi. I finally got a moment to myself to reflect. And it's just quiet. But this is a deep topic. So, hey, Jads, how are you? It's so nice out today, and I'm just really feeling excited. But I wanted to talk to you guys about something that has plagued people for generations and caused them to suffer in silence. There's many things that cause us to suffer in silence, but I think the biggest one is the battle that's going on in our mind. And the battle that's going on in our mind, what many people don't realize is that they have control over the outcome. But because they feel so out of control, because they feel like nothing that they do is really impacting the situation, oftentimes you see people getting depressed, you see them getting anxiety, you see them getting different ailments, you see they're having divorces, they're not able to communicate with their children, they're not able to really heal themselves because of what they have experienced. What I'm referring to is oftentimes people have these generational things that happened to them, and it's something that happened to them in childhood. And when you have something that happens to you in your childhood and you don't heal from it, like, look, I'm going through this right now, you guys, where I have literally experienced upper limits and blocks because I have not healed from some things that have happened to me in childhood. And it's generational, apparently, you know. So I charge this to you. Take a look at your family. Take a look at the things that happen on a regular basis. Take a look at some patterns. What are the patterns there? Do you have patterns of abuse, violence, drug use? What type of patterns do you have there? Because those are generational curses. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is because I had a conversation with, my family today, and it opened my eyes to some things that I thought that I was struggling with alone, but I'm not. They're actually struggling with this too. And I had no idea. Hey, Alameda. So, I pose the question then. How do you overcome something that is a generational thing? And let me give you some examples of what that is. So, for example, you may find that a lot of people in your family have depression. They struggle with depression or anxiety. They may struggle with scarcity and lack mindset. How many of you grew up in a family where money was limited, or maybe you had to go without a couple things that you wanted versus the things that you needed, right? Those are generational things that plague families, okay? A lack of communication is a generational curse. There's a lot of families that don't talk about the problems that happen, or they don't talk about things that happen. When you look at families that go through domestic violence, it's a generational thing. More than likely, the aunts and uncles and mom and dad, and they have all experienced things in their life, and it has now translated to the children, and is now translated to the children's children, which are the grandchildren. It's a generational thing. I want you to take a look around at the people who are in your family and look at the patterns. What are the patterns there? Because those patterns are most likely generational. And I was impacted by this. It was so powerful because I'd never really thought of that. Like, one of the wisest people that I know is my mom. And I think that oftentimes she sometimes says stuff and I'm just like, oh. Hey vet, how are you? Sometimes says things that kind of like wakes me up to reality. But one thing that I love about my mom is that she's awake. She's woke. She's not woke to everything. Obviously, everybody has their own journey, but she's woke to a lot of things. She's very perceptive. And one of the things that my mom has taught me growing up, which is also another generational thing, but definitely not a curse, but a gift. Oftentimes people don't realize that they have generational gifts as well. The generational gift could be that you have the spirit of discernment, or that you have the ability to, you know, perceive things and dream about things. How many of you actually have dreams about stuff? And then in your waking life, it happens, or something that is symbolic of what you dreamt about happens. Because for me, there's a lot of things in my family that I've never really understood, but that are amazing. And at the same time, like, everybody has their stuff, you know? And at the end of the day, I never really looked at the patterns. Sometimes we hold our head down and we hustle and we hustle and we hustle, and we don't look at what other people around us are experiencing, because our reality is perceived to be like right here in our face. And so we can't see beyond, we can't see beyond that. But as I've gotten older, I started noticing the patterns. Like, we have similar health issues in my family. And really what I've learned is that that's a generational curse, having health issues. If you have health issues that riddle your family, or if you have, issues of the mind, or if you have money blocks where y'all always struggling, y'all never got no money. I'm just contemplating. I got a call. Sorry, guys. So, does any of this make sense? Does any of this make sense to you? It didn't make sense to me before, but now I'm just like, wow. I just always thought it was like, oh, so-and-so's going through this, or so-and-so's got to deal with that. But I never really thought of it as generational. I wonder, is there such a thing as generational trauma? Or generational blessings? I'm sure there's generational blessings, but this is a really interesting topic for me, because I feel like exploring this and talking about it makes people think, like, hey, is there something that your family experiences and it's multiple family members that experience it? Hey, Andrea. So I was just thinking in terms of this, and I was just thinking about, how do you deal with that? And I know that I have some therapists that are my friends on Facebook. What's your take on generational curses, or generational trauma, or generational blessings even? What are the patterns, and how can people overcome those patterns? How can they become aware of those patterns? How can they prevent their children and their children's children from experiencing the same patterns? Like, what happens if the parents experience something, and because of the fact that the parents experience something, they then have a reaction that influences their kids? I always wondered about that. But I never really thought of it as generational curses. It's got an earful today of things to think about. It is such a beautiful day. I think I'm just learning to be present. It's nice. I think this is the first time I've been present in like a while. And that's the thing. You just go and go and go and go, and you never really have a moment to just be. I think that might be a generational thing too. Because anytime I get around my family, we just go, 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 go. You guys gotta see this. This is amazing. Look at how beautiful this is. Like, I'm truly going to miss just being up in the mountains all the time. But at the same time, I know that change can be very, very good. And that's how it is. Anyway, what is your take on generational curses, and how do you feel is a good way to break those? Some of the things that I've used are writing. I have used writing to express and talk about things that my family and I have not really talked about, but that it's helped me to process the thoughts around it. Not necessarily to like put it all out there on blast or anything like that, but just to talk about it and to talk about some things that have been on my mind, but it's not exactly easy to talk to people about it. So writing has been one way that I have done that. Another way that I have done that is go against the grain. My family will tell you that I'm like the oddball. I'm the one that's like, quote unquote, the rogue sister that went off and did whatever. And to be totally honest, I don't regret any of it. I don't regret traveling. I don't regret doing any of it, but because I think I've discovered a lot of things about the world, and I've discovered a lot of things about myself. That's for sure. Come on, lady. Come on. Come on, lady. Come. Good girl. Oh, goodness. I'm excited to go into the house. Anyway, I didn't plan on being here for too long. I'm going to go and to stack some wood and get that all situated. But I just wanted to throw that thought out there. How do you break generational curses? And what scriptures you guys know of that talks about this? And how do you deal with that in your family? The patterns. The things that happen on a consistent, regular basis. And the things that plague multiple family members. Multiple family members. Just something to think about. Anyway, I'm going to go stack some wood. And then I'm just going to relax. So, much love. I hope you guys have a fantastic day. But that's just a tremendous topic. Like, my mom is just amazing. She's the one that brought it up. She said, how do you break generational curses? And I just thought, wow. Wow, wow, wow. I'm going to be thinking about that for the rest of the month, if not like forever, because I think it just brought a whole new awareness. And if you get a moment, stand still. Be still. Be aware. Be present. Be present. Take a moment to be present today. All right. That's all I got for you. Bye. That was weird. I was looking at a vehicle that passed. Oh, you know what? I almost forgot to say. I almost forgot. I was going to tell you guys that I am building a program that is amazing, first and foremost. But literally, it's going to help authors, speakers, coaches and service-based experts to take their story and create a brand, a celebrity brand around it, and to build products and services around it. And I'm going to be launching the beta for this on September 1st, and I'm only taking 10 students. Okay, 10 students. If you are interested in that, let me know, and I am going to be doing interviews for that. So you can't get into the program unless you're interviewed. I want to make sure that you're serious, that you actually have some things in the works, in the motions, and you know what it is that you're looking to do, and it's not just on a whim, okay? Because this is definitely going to take a time commitment from you and for you to invest in yourself. Okay, so I will tell you more details about that later on, probably tomorrow or sometime soon. I'm going to keep you posted. All right, that's it. That's all there is. Have a beautiful day.